Hey guys, it's Laxline here with another paint through process video. This is a painting from a short film I'm trying to develop called Robot and Seal, and it follows the adventures of a curious seal as it stumbles upon an ancient robot sentry from a long forgotten war. With this painting, I'm trying to explore the underwater look of this film. I've expressively abstracted reality for this painting, and it doesn't necessarily follow the laws of underwater physics when it comes to color temperature, saturation, light refraction, and contrast. Contrast creates interest and captures attention. Contrast is also what artists use to create focal points, or lack of focal points, depending on the subject or style of the painting. The more contrast you have in a certain area, the more your eye is drawn to it. Contrast can be between smooth shapes versus pointy shapes, between light shapes and dark shapes of the painting, and between small areas of fine detail versus large blank areas. It can also be between static objects and objects in motion. In this case, the contrast between the orange kelp on one hand and the blue-green water on the other makes you focus on it. Add to that, the contrast between the orange and brown-green shadows make you focus on what's happening in the foreground. That contrast is pushed further with the detailed striations on the kelp and the blurred obscurity of the background. And in between all of this stands the seal, the one static element in our frame, in stark contrast to the flowing movement of the kelp and fish. All of these contrasts intersect each other to create a focal point of our image. That is the seal, which is used to tell the story of the painting. And, to put the cherry on top, when we can clearly see the seal's facial expression, we focus more on that point, creating empathy and an emotional reaction within us. The idea of this story grew out of a sketch I drew a couple of years ago of a robot playing catch with a seal, which was in turn inspired by my girlfriend's strong bond with her dog. I thought to myself, and a lot of marine biologists will kill me for this, I thought, hey, a seal is basically just an underwater dog, right? So I started to imagine situations that the more dog-like personality of a seal could shine through. After her dog died, she was devastated, and I never realized how big a part of her life her dog really was. Then, slowly, I felt that grief too, because in the short time I knew her dog, it grew on me and also had a place in my heart. Together, it felt like we grieved the loss of a dear friend. I felt that I needed to make something that would let the world know, experience, and love her dog's curious playfulness, the way we both did. This curious playfulness is the story that I tried to bring forth through this painting. Have you ever lost a pet? One that was very dear to you? Who was that pet? How did you feel when you first got it? And how did you feel when it passed away? I realize that these are quite sensitive questions and you don't have to answer them, but I'd really love to hear back from you with your replies in the comment section. See you next time, and thanks for joining me.